Hi everyone, welcome to our third lesson on length and height. I hope you all got on okay with your comparing worksheet yesterday of different lengths and heights. In today's lesson we're going to be looking at different tools that can help us to measure different things. So as well as our hands and our feet, we can also use things like rulers. My ruler here uses centimetres to measure, so each bar is 1 centimetre wide and it goes all the way up to 30. So my ruler is 30 centimetres long. So when you're using a ruler to measure the length or height of something, you need to make sure that what we are measuring is lined up at the 0 or 1, so the end of the ruler. You need to make sure that it is lined up with it so that we can get the correct measurement. So my pen is 13 centimetres long. Now, if I started measuring up here and didn't put it in line with the end of my ruler, then I would think that my pen is 18 centimetres long, when we know that it is actually 13 centimetres long. So that's why we need to be careful and to line it up with the end of our ruler. To measure the length of this box, I will go from side to side. So I'm lining it up. This box is 7 centimetres long. If I was measuring the height of this box, I would go from top to bottom. So let's line our ruler up. This box is 17 centimetres high. I know that in some of our previous videos we have been speaking about the height of things in terms of tall and short, but we can also talk about it in terms of height, so how tall something is. That's just a different word for it. Let's go and measure some different things around the house with our ruler. Let's measure the length of this calendar. Now remember, when we're measuring the length, we're going from one side to the other, not from top to bottom. So I'm lining my ruler up. Do you see that? This calendar is 15 centimetres long. Let's measure the length and height of this light switch. We'll start with the length, so we're going from side to side. Lining our ruler up, making sure it's sitting. So the length of this light switch is 9 centimetres long. Now let's check the height. So remember, height is from top to bottom. So let's line our ruler up. And the height of this light switch is also 9 centimetres. Let's measure the PlayStation. So we've lined our ruler up, boys and girls. Let's check. The PlayStation is 27 centimetres long. Let's check the height of this picture frame. So we're lining up. This picture frame is 18 centimetres high. Let's measure the height of this game. So we're lining up here. This game is 17 centimetres high. Let's think about how we would write down our measurements. So say I measured a picture frame and it was 12 centimetres long. We have to put a k and a at the end to show that we are talking about centimetres. Otherwise, people could think that we were talking about 12 crocodiles, or 12 horses, or 12 feet. So we need to remember to put our k and our at the back to show that we are talking about centimetres, just like how we have on our ruler. See there, a k and a means centimetres. Say I measured a phone and my phone came to 24 centimetres. Remember, we always have to put our k and our at the back so that people know we're talking about centimetres and that we're not talking about 24 puppies. We can also use meter sticks to help us measure length and height. So, my small ruler here measures 30 centimetres. You see that? So it goes up to 30. But this meter stick goes all the way from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90 to 100 centimetres. Now we call 100 centimetres a metre. Do you see that there? So that means metre. So our meter stick can help us to measure things that are a bit longer, because it would take me quite a while to measure something with this ruler because it's so small. Say it was a big mirror. It would take me longer to measure with this ruler instead of this meter stick, which is essentially just a really big ruler. Let's go around the house and measure some things with our meter stick. Let's measure the banister. Now, just like with our ruler, I'm making sure that our end of our ruler is lined up with the end of the banister. And the measurement goes up from 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. And we're going to go down here and line up. So this banister is 90 centimetres long. Let's measure the height of Bonnie's bed. So I'm making sure that my meter stick is flat on the floor. And then I'm going to count up. So we've got 10, 20, 30, 40. And it looks like Bonnie's bed is 41 centimetres high. Let's measure the top of the fireplace. So I've lined my meter stick up and we've got 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100 centimetres. Now that means that the top of this fireplace is a metre long, boys and girls. For today's task, I would like you to go around your house and measure different objects. But before you do that, I would like you to guess the length or height of the object that you will be measuring. Then you will get your trusty ruler and check if your guess is right. I have uploaded this activity sheet onto Teams for you to fill out. You can either print it out or do it online. And then you can upload it onto the pupil work section of Teams in your own folder with your name on it. If you were measuring a game, you would write game in here, then you would write your guess in here, and then you would write the measurement that your ruler gave you. I've also got some questions for you to think about. What was the smallest thing that you measured? What was the longest thing that you measured? And how many times were your estimations correct? Happy measuring!